Hello guys, welcome to weekly analysis. I will finish off the weekly analysis as soon as possible. And this comes under the context, right? Where we plan where the market will be headed next, where from, right? This is the first step in trading. And one of the method is economic calendar. And this is this week's, meaning next week economic calendar. As you can clearly see, Monday and Tuesday, there is no high impact news. I wouldn't say completely avoid trading, but there won't be much value. There will be, but little bit cautious, right? So I won't be pretty much trading on Monday and Tuesday likely. I might stream on Tuesday, but let's see, live stream. If there's any setups available, I'll be taking it live. And let's start with DXY. In DXY, we won't be trading, but still it's important. Why? As I expressed so many times, if the DXY does this, all the major forex pairs will do this because it's inversely correlated. If it's moving up, it will move with the down. So analyzing this DXY will give us a rough idea how forex pair might move in the coming week. So as per the DXY, I am slightly bearish on DXY, meaning forex pairs will come into our zone and might offer a long trade opportunities. But if you look at the monthly, right, there is a monthly imbalance, clear imbalance, and we are taking some support from this previous supply zone or order block. So if I were to hop on the weekly, we are again selecting the finding some support from this fair value gap area. So it looks like clear liquidity upside. Market might head upwards, right? However, my bias is still bearish. Why? Because when I analyze DXY with US bonds and treasury, this seems like more bearish. So I will explain it now. If you look at closely here on the daily chart, yes, we took the liquidity, right? However, we disrespected this fair value gap. We created the inverse and took the liquidity on the upside, and then the market structure shift happened. This inverse will be my first sign of market structure shift. So I am looking at the target like around this level and these lows as target. So the XY picture is not exactly clear, but I am bearish, okay, because of the inverse shift and also weekly target these lows, right? So that's for the DXY. And BTC, I was doing the long-term analysis for the swing trades because I'm pretty much done with the scalping and all. I don't need it anymore. So the real wealth is in actually in the swing trading. That's I will be focusing on the coming months and weeks. This is one of the elite wave counting I was doing. We might find some support around this zone. This is like this little bit a complex structure, right? As you can clearly see, is a BTC USDT. Again, this zone comes under 0.382 Fibonacci, and comparing the structure of a wave 2 to our current position, and this looks quite similar. I'm not the usually fan of the sharp complex WXC XY corrections, but we can't ignore the internal tree wave structure here, right? So this would be my from the long term point of view. I'll just disable. And on the monthly chart, we took the previous month high here, which is key, right? So the next key level will be this previous month low. So market tend to attract, so towards these areas. I will just mark out the monthly levels. So this is the kilo where we could take the liquidity and get back above, and then that would be a signal for the long, right? So obviously there is a massive imbalance. It's 95. I don't see we are coming it here. Obviously, if we come, this would be a massive opportunity, right? See the point of control, value point of control sits right at the monthly imbalance level. This is like a very, very good support zone, but that is so far below. So I'm not looking at that. So this is for the monthly chart, the target on the key low, right? And on the weekly, again, we took the previous highs, we swing failure pattern, and then more importantly, we inverse this fair value gap again. Again, the structure is kind of bearish, and we also have the weekly imbalance here. So this is our current resistance, and this is our current key low, where there is also weekly order block is available. Now I will see if there is any volume confluence is available. So right on the monthly point of control, there is a stacked 2 month of volume, And the monthly naked point of control, what are naked point of control? These are like a key liquidity levels. You can say it as this. You can also see it as the potential retailer stop loss where the market has not visited it. It's often draw towards these levels and like to get support from. Okay, the negative point of controls are my favorite, especially weekly and monthly are the strongest ones. And how sweet is that? That the weekly negative point, sorry, monthly negative point of control, right? Yeah, this is the monthly negative point of control. Comes right at the key low on the monthly chart we are looking at. See, and also this change state like a weekly order block level. So this would be like a massive long opportunity if price offers this level, right? So so once the market comes near that, I will be putting on the alert and I will be pop on to charts on a lower time frame. I'll be looking for the reaction, which is my favorite protocol, TCP, which is trigger confirmation and participation, which is entry trigger. I need to see the previous lows has been swept and put the if available divergence with the Ethereum, and then the confirmation will be our market structure breaks, and then the retracement long will be my trigger for the long trade. So this will be a key support zone. Second one will be this, obviously the monthly level, and also look at that the monthly negative point of control is also near the weekly imbalance zone. So very nice support indeed, right? So this will be our current support and this will be our current resistance where we could see potential shorts if given opportunity based on the market structure shift. Let me see the weekly negative point of control. Okay, we do have other weekly negative point of control here. So this is pretty much a stacked resistance around this area, right? And then the stacked support around this area. We go to 4R. This was the support. And this was my count on the red wave and how nicely it supports my elite weight today. So we are getting near some support. We need to see the reaction for any trades. So this would be my rough Bitcoin plan. We have defined the key resistance, key support, and also my long-term view. And I'm also anticipating November and December to put some key swing lows or see key volatility on Bitcoin chart based on the elite wave. Okay. And then as per the Euro USD, it's nice Euro USD again close the body about this displacement candle, meaning this whole zone will be our support, right? And on the monthly chart, on the weekly chart, let me see. We nicely swept this low, and then these are our drawn liquidity. If you just watch my previous weekly analysis on Instagram or on YouTube, all these calls were made public beforehand. This low, right? And the same stuff here, we trade based on the probability. We have a nice confluence of point of control here if we were to come on the daily chart, right? See, so this will be my upwards drawn liquidity. Consider I'm already bearish on the DXY. Obviously, I'm looking for longs on the forex pairs, especially once we arrive this zone. Again, TCP, we need to see a lower time frame confirmation protocol with divergence with GPP this time because the correlated pair will be GPP. Right, there's a nice inverse as well. And let me see if there is any volume confluence available. Negative point of control. Again, there's a negative point of control, monthly negative point of control around this zone. So this is very nice. Whether this zone or this, I will be ready to long. Like if I were to trade, obviously, I will be focusing on less on scalps and intraday. But this could be our plan. And these highs are our next drawn liquidity. Okay. Then that's for the euro. And as for the XAU, right? Yeah, XAU on the daily chart. I made a public stream where I called this low on this breaker, right? I was literally calling market coming here, taking support, and worried all these highs. And that's what exactly happened. This was literally the low. You can check my previous videos, pretty much 9% pump from there. But we are now at the literally at the all-time highs. This is not like an ideal condition to trade, but nonetheless, our support would be obviously this weekly order block and the favor gap, but this is again too much low. Like we need to dump a lot for this, right? Again, the 5% at the least. And on the daily chart, we have a nice down close candle. See, which took the previous candle liquidity and then like closed the body above. So this whole support, whole order block will be our potential support. We can filter this out on the hourly chart. Because this displacement, we can draw the premium and discount level from here, and the 0.5 level will be our first zone of support where there is a previous high is there. Again, this couple of lows is there. So the ideal setup for me will be only if we take liquidity from above and then back test, right? Or else there is no trade. So this is pretty much for the weekly, but the bigger zone I'm interested would be this consolidation phase where there is a point of control confluence, and then there is any negative point of control. Let me see. We have one to so we have stacked negative point of control at a very big zone on the weekly time frame, if you remember this zone, right? But as the interrupt, I will be a little cautious on code only after proper reactions. And, let me see if there's any weekly negative point of control. Yeah, we do have a weekly negative point of control again around this order block area. And as per monthly, these are the settings. We have a monthly negative point of control, current month data anyway. This would be my support zone overall. This down close candle, right? This will be my first support for the reaction, or else this one seems nice. Again, there is I need to see proper TCP protocol. Ideally, divergence with silver and then the CIST or inverse entry. Or I usually prefer the breaker entry because it will be there's higher win rate there. Nonetheless, manage your risk. And I will be out of gold trade for this week. But this will be my plan for BTC, Euro, and GBP would be similar anyway. And if you want me to analyze any more stocks or crypto or altcoins, do comment below. And, make sure you follow me on Instagram and make sure to check www.wade.zone. I have shared so many free materials here. All the strategies, risk management for prop firms, the 80% setup which is going viral, my own setup. If you're into footprint, you would love these PDFs. The swing failure pattern, this is my bread and butter, I would say. And this is the reason I will be shifting more to focusing more on the swing trades, because it just makes sense. I have got the proper strategy which gives me like 90% win rate on swing trades. So it makes sense. I have made enough money and it's time to just chill and focus on the long-term trades, so rather than scalping on the 1 minute AM 15-second charts and all. But yeah, nonetheless, do share this video, and if you have any doubts, do DM me on Instagram. See you in the next video.